Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Flight 96. My name is Hunter Foreman, and in the terminal with us today is somebody that I've pleaded, I'm not going to say begged, but I asked specifically because I feel like she has an interesting story to tell. I feel like she's very talented, she's very pretty, and ladies and gentlemen, Trette's in the building.
Hey!
So
Thanks
how's
for
it?
having me.
No problem. What I want to we're going to get into a lot of different things today. Like, I want to know about the dance stuff because you're extremely talented, and I feel like I want to know where all that stems from. I also want to know, but the first thing I want to know was, you're pretty much the youngest person that's been on the show, and the only reason I specifically chose you is because you act older than your physical form is.
Yeah. And
I think that should be a compliment. I think you should be proud of it.
That is a compliment. I get that a lot, actually.
Well, the thing is about all of that is, I'm a little like, I people watch. I think everybody's guilty of people watches. People who are listening to this, if you people watch, we know you people watch, so it's nothing to be ashamed about. But I've seen you become like this from just this little freshman girl who I just heard about was just Sarah Trette's sister to just a person on her own.
Yeah.
And you're making kind of like an impact for yourself. But you're going to be a junior. You're going to be a junior in high school. Okay, so if you could tell what you've learned so far as in like life lessons from high school so far.
I would have to say be yourself no matter what. That sounds very typical, but going through high school, being a freshman, I was around a lot of weird people. They influenced me to do a lot of bad things, and I tried my best to stay myself. And throughout this past year, as my sophomore year went on, I was myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I continued to be myself, and I continued to work on myself and be the best person I could be, and always influence that, God was always going to be in my path. That's what I wanted for myself. But being yourself, staying true to who you are, not falling into bad things. I mean, it's okay to say no sometimes, and I've had to say no, and I felt. And
I feel like that's public service announcement. Public service announcement. I can't speak, but it's alright.
PSA.
But yeah, PSA. Like, I feel like people your age kind of get taken advantage of, and
definitely,
especially girls.
Yeah.
Especially girls, I feel like they get taken advantage of, and it kind of sucks because one, I feel like I was told by a dear friend of mine that I give way more than I receive, and I feel and that could be a great thing, and that can also be a terrible thing.
Yes.
So the thing I want to talk to you about it is that you're a genuinely nice person. So do you ever find yourself having to say no to certain things that you have you have to say no because of certain circumstances, like you want to do it but you can't?
Definitely. My best friend is Izzy Anthony. She has been my best friend since the 5th grade. Absolutely love her. She is such a crazy wildcat. She is. She is my wildcat. And when we're together, we are crazy. And there's times in my relationship with her that I just have to be like, okay, I have to be the mom. And
you do love kids.
And I do love kids.
So
I don't want a kid right now, but I
guess you shouldn't.
Kids.
No, I don't want to be. I don't want to be getting that text message saying, "Hey."
Yeah.
No,
not yet. But she has strayed from the path many times, and I've always had to be like, okay, no, this is not where I want you to be. This is not where I want to be. And I've had to say no, and that sometimes has changed things in our relationship, which has gotten harder throughout the years because we're getting older, but it's all worth it in the long run, because I know that the sacrifices that I make to say no are going to be way better than doing it and getting the consequences in the future. And I don't enjoy getting consequences.
No one does.
Exactly. Like, you want to be...
Because when I was your age, I hated being grounded.
Oh, I haven't been grounded since probably the 4th grade. I haven't been grounded because I stole a cookie before dinner.
Wait.
How ridiculous is that?
Yeah. You see, she's listen. You're gonna learn throughout this interview that she's just a genuinely nice person, and she gets in trouble for stealing cookies. Like, it's like I'm just like I'm usually around people who like get speeding tickets and
I've never got a speeding ticket.
And you've had but you have your license for like what 5 minutes?
A year.
What?
I know.
That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. But I've known you before. I've known you before the license.
Yeah, you knew me before the license. You drove me.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna get into the dance thing because I feel like this is probably the most interesting thing about you. Like I just feel like I'll just be scrolling on Twitter, Instagram, and there'll be like a random video of you jumping in front of a mirror, and I'm just like, all right, this is interesting. I want to kind of learn more about this. So, I mean, and that was one of the reasons why I should be on the show. But, tell me, where did this all start?
So, I grew up in a small town. I was born in Dublin, and then I moved right after I was born, and I moved to Elkin, North Carolina.
Dublin,
Georgia.
Oh, okay.
So I moved from Georgia to North Carolina.
Let's say you Irish?
Oh, I am. That explains the red hair.
Yeah.
And the gingerness. Yeah, definitely. But I was always intrigued by it. I thought, oh man, ballerinas are so pretty, and that's what every little girl.
Their
sees.
footwork is pretty.
It's hard.
It's pretty
and
tight.
It's amazing. But whenever I was little, I had a little jewelry box, and there was a little ballerina, and she was turning it and play music, and I was like, I want to be that.
So one of those little pop-up things?
Pop-up things, the whole thingy. Yeah.
What's the thing?
Tinkerbell, too.
Okay, you're talking to the wrong person. I watched Toy Story when I was a kid. So, God, I feel old.
She has.
Anyways, but, that's cool, but continue.
Yes, so I got a little jewelry box and had a little ballerina in it. And I was like, Mom, I really want to do this. So she started me in classes. I was 2 years old.
Wow.
I've been dancing for now. This will be my 15th year.
Holy
dancing.
Crap.
So yes, and those years have been the best years of my life. It's really hard because I don't get to hang out with my friends as much. I sacrifice a lot for dancing. I express myself.
You love it.
I live dance. I live, breathe, sleep, dance. And
that's basically
sometimes it gets to a point where I just really want to
stop.
I hated it for the longest time. I hated dancing.
That is true because I used to talk to you about that. Because I was just kind of like, okay, well, this is kind of your dream, kind of like you have such a very drive. You have such a big drive for it, and I was like, why? I mean, I know people who have played basketball and they just are like, okay, I need to stop. I need to just take either a week off or a day off and just calm down.
Yeah.
And then they figure out they can't because there's just something in them that's just like, you know what, I just got to keep going. I can't stop.
Every year I would dance, and every year I'd say, I'm quitting. After this year, I'm done. I would tell my mom, okay, you're not enrolling me in classes. I'm done.
Didn't they used to say that about y'all track girls?
Oh yeah, we said that about track too. And let me guess, this is my 7th year doing it. I'm still gonna do it next year, and I'm gonna do it my senior year. But that's what's fun about life is because you're gonna say you're gonna hate it, but
you're gonna do it anyway. You're gonna do it anyway.
You can't stop doing something that you've done your whole life. It's really hard.
That is true.
I mean, it's my drug. That's how I live.
That's a good drug to be addicted to.
Right? Okay, that's what I'm saying. But, this past year has changed my whole life. I had, members of my family pass away, and I hated it. I didn't want to be sad. So what I did was I danced because that's what I could do.
So you use that as kind of like a coping mechanism.
Yeah. I mean, everyone grieves in different ways.
You just grieve by jumping and
I grieve by dancing and
popping and locking. No, I'm just playing.
Well, more of a contemporary song to grieve to. But yeah, I mean, dance is a great way to exercise. It's a great way to grieve. It's a great way just to express yourself in every way that you can possible. People don't know what you're doing, so they can't really make fun of you for doing it.
Exactly.
They don't know if that's right or wrong. I mean, and that's what's the beauty of dance. That's what's the beauty of life is because no one can really judge you. Even though people do.
Exactly. And over the past, what is it? I've been out of, this is the first, yeah. Okay, they just graduated. So it's been a year. So over this past year, I've been a different person. I've really just stopped caring about what other people think, and I think that's
great.
I think that's everything. I think everybody should start doing that immediately, because people's opinions kind of, skew your future choices. And I think if you really want to do something, then just do it. Then just do it. Like, it's nothing. Like, I mean, people ask me, it's like, why do you do Flight 96? Why do you do all this stuff with music and stuff? It's because, I have a passion for it. I mean, just to tell a little story about myself. When I was seven, I was like 7 or 8 years old. Me and my brother we lived on an Air Force base back in Abilene, Texas. And, we had this, our thing was, siblings don't get along, first of all.
Heck no.
No, siblings always fight, and that's just the thing. People who have siblings out there, you know it. Yes, yes, you know exactly what we're talking about. You fight all the time. But there's always those good periods where y'all just are like best friends. Not necessarily best friends, which are acting like family members.
Yeah.
So, but me and my brother used to play our when we weren't like fighting, our kind of like thing that kind of brought us together was video games. And we had a GameCube, and we'd always play each other.
Dang.
Yes, game.
That's old. I used to play that.
That's what's up. But we used to play GameCube, and then there's this game called NBA Street Volume 2, and we'd always play it. And then there was a song on one of the soundtracks, because when I was around that time, I was not your typical 8-year-old, because I had a 50-cent CD in my CD player. I just carry it all around all the time. Like, I was like,
what's up.
Yeah, that was just who I am. And there was a song on there, like, because I would just listen to music, but I wouldn't understand, I wouldn't understand why was this being told to me, and why did he make this song, and what is this, and what is that. So, and then all of a sudden I heard the song called They Reminisce Over You by Pete Rock and CL Smooth, and it was a 90s song, and I was like, what is this? And then from that point on, I just loved music and everything, and then I taught myself how to make beats for 2 years.
Wow,
and then
that's so cool.
Yeah, so I understand the whole me trying to stop, and I just can't.
You can't think of your life without it.
Yeah, exactly.
I took a week off from dance right after my performance that I had just a couple weeks ago. And I took a week off. I couldn't sleep. I didn't know what to do with myself. I didn't eat as much. It was just a different thing for me. I was like, Mom, I need to go to practice. And she's like, you don't have practice. I was like, what am I going to do then?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
And granted, the time was nice to just rest, but I mean, I didn't need a whole week. I just needed 2 days.
Well, I mean, sometimes when you've been doing something for a while, there's a time where you just need to like it's kind of like that time where you get off a job and you just need 5 minutes to just relax and just breathe for 5 seconds, because it may have not been the best day. It may not have been, the most busiest day, but it's something that's like, all right, okay. Let me just relax for 5 seconds, and then whatever I got to do later, I will do later. But I just need to relax.
Yeah.
So, who are I know you just didn't I know you've probably studied different types of dancers.
Oh, definitely.
So, what are some of your big influences? That makes you still want to dance till this day.
She's not famous.
Oh, she will be now.
She probably will be, but my most inspirational dancer that I've ever known is a 7-year-old.
I'm sorry, what?
A 7-year-old.
Yeah.
Her name is Madeline Donaldson. She goes to Farmersville, which is just a town, probably a county over. But she is my inspiration to dance completely. She is a cute little blondie that just turned 6 or 7 now. She was 6, but I met her when she was 4, and I just couldn't keep my eyes off of her. She had this raw talent that I was just like, oh my god, she's so beautiful. And you don't think of a 4-year-old to be beautiful. You think, oh, they're doing the...
Wait a minute, hold on. Well, in a minute, probably after this interview, there's a picture of my niece in the front.
Oh,
yes. So, yeah, because it's a true story. Me and Sheridan are really good friends. So, on Super Bowl Sunday, Aaliyah Irene Foreman was born, and she's my little niece. And I texted her the pictures, and she was like, I want to babysit. Like, I just want to babysit. It was like, I just need to. It's like,
I just love her.
Yeah, she just like looked at her, just like, oh my god. So,
I love her. She's so cute.
And so, but your inspiration's a 7-year-old. That's crazy.
And she is super smart. And the crazy thing about it is that I started competitive dance this is my 4th year, and I love it because of her.
She got you into it?
She got me into it. She came up to me and was like, Miss Sheridan, can you dance with me? I was like, what do you mean? I'm dancing with you right now. And she was like, no, I want you to come with me to my dance competitions. So my first year, I was like, okay, yeah, sure. So, like, I came, watched her. She is phenomenal. She won 3 national titles. As a 6-year-old, she won national titles. And I was like, oh my gosh.
That's one successful little girl.
And it was just, she's so cute. And then I started doing it. And I got really, really good at it. And then I kept going and going. And every time I feel, oh, I'm so sore. Oh, I'm so tired. I don't feel good. I think, if I don't show up to class, Maddie's going to know.
Oh, duh.
And sure enough, every time I didn't show up, her mom would call me and be like, Maddie wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
And I'm a little 7-year-old saying, Miss Sheridan, where are you? And I'm like, you can't sass me.
That's funny.
But, she is always there telling me, oh, you're my inspiration to dance. She calls me her big sister, and that's awesome for me because I don't have a little sister of my own. So
it's kind of like, when you of course, when you have a older sibling, you want a little sibling.
Yeah. Because I'm the youngest.
Oh yeah, I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest of, and I just have an older brother. But I know exactly what you're talking about.
You want someone to pick around. You want someone to bug. But that's the thing is, I don't want to do that with her. I want to mold her. I want to mold her into a beautiful lady, and that's my goal in life is to mold little girls into beautiful ladies. So
if you could have if you were to because you say you were talking about kids, but I don't get that. But if you we're gonna have a daughter, would she be the exact?
She would be my vision of a daughter.
Like the exact.
The exact.
Wow, that's
from head to toe.
Wow.
Super. Never has anything bad to say about anybody. Friendly to everyone. No one that's the same with her. She meets different people from everywhere. And she's so positive, and I can only thank her mom for being and raising her like that. And
she must have really great parents then.
She does. They're phenomenal.
Well, everybody works to a specific goal. I know you have, and I think as whatever you want to do in life, you should have specific goals, and when you reach them, you shouldn't run out of goals. Right. I should think. But so, what is the one thing that you would love to accomplish as a dancer?
As a dancer, I would love to accomplish. Right now, my goal is to be on point. I just got my point shoes, and for someone that doesn't really know what point is, it's whenever you are a ballerina. You're basically the vision of a ballerina.
Like the shoes with the little,
yeah, and you're on your tippy toes, not like the little.
And don't ask questions why I know this. Don't ask questions why I know this.
It's a good thing.
I have a bunch of little cousins that dance, so it's okay.
Yes. But as a little baby ballerina that I was, and growing up, that was my vision, was to be the ballerina.
Like the one,
ballerina.
Like the one you see in the movies.
In front. Yeah, that's my vision, and that's
again. Don't ask questions why I know this. But
Barbie, Barbie.
But no, not even close. It's probably just been I don't know if you've probably seen a lot of dance movies, but I can't remember. Have you seen You Got Served?
Yes.
Okay, so you want to be like the person, kind of like the center of it. That's the center of the attention. Okay, yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Which is really, really bad for being a girl. I want to be the center of attention.
I think every girl wants to be the center of attention.
Some girls more than others.
Some girls are just
it just happens to be like that, and that's how it was for me at my dance studio. I came in there late. I was 13 when I started at this dance studio. I moved all the time throughout my life that I never really had a place to call home.
Like a dance studio to call home is what you're saying.
No, like a place in general. Like I never had a town that I called home. I never had a house that was like, oh, I'm always going to come back to this house.
So do you have, I mean, has that changed now?
Has that changed now? Yes. Because I found my dance studio, that is my home. And that made Royce City my home.
That's crazy.
Which not many people want to accept that. Because they're like, oh, Royce City is horrible. But no, if you...
It has its moments.
If you have the vision to make something good whenever it's so bad... It's really not that bad.
You're so positive.
I try to be as positive as possible.
You're so positive. Because we've went to we know exactly what to
expect when you go to high school and middle schools and the town in general. It's not the perfect town.
It's not the perfect town, but I've brought this up in previous interviews, and I think it's a very pivotal time, and people don't understand how important it is. But when it's football season, I just feel like there's no negative energy. Everybody just
we are a community in its whole.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've always small town. What sucks is that sometimes I'll go to the brand new Walmart, and shout out to people who work at the brand new Walmart. I'll go to the brand new Walmart, and sometimes I just want to get in and get out and not have people just recognize me. Because sometimes I've gotten to this point where I'm not saying I'm famous or anything, but I just sometimes
you go, they're like, oh, it's Hunter.
No, not even that. It's just like, oh, hey, what's up? Or it's just a random somebody that I haven't seen in a while, and they'll be like, oh, okay, and I'll just either pass them, and they'll make like a nudge, like, oh, I know you see me, You know what I'm saying? I know you see me, but I don't want to. I'm like, I don't want to stop. I got stuff to do. Right? You know what I'm saying? So it's a different thing. So do you think there's disadvantages and advantages of living in a small town, just like this?
Definitely, because everyone knows your business.
Oh yeah,
everyone is in it. And let me tell you, if you have any grandparents or any elderly people that you know, they know everything before you do.
Exactly.
I had this old lady that lived right next door to me before she just passed. She was my grandma. She was my grandma for sure, because my grandparents lived so far away. I've always reached out to the elderly people around me, because
God, you're such a good Samaritan.
No, because you have to help them out. They look hopeless. It just makes you feel bad.
You're gonna start a charity when you get older.
Oh God, I hope so. That's a good goal. I'll work.
I feel like you're gonna start a charity when you get older.
But that would be fun.
I know, and I will make donations if you do.
Okay, sounds good.
So you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, just hearing you talk and you're having such enthusiasm, helping old people, and your inspiration's a 7-year-old. This is it's interesting.
You sound like I have a little, a halo across my head or something.
Well, you probably do. It's everybody's not as bright as everybody else is, but
Oh, that's a good way to look at it.
It's not as bright as everybody else.
That's cool.
Is. We all do, but some of us have.
It's a little duller than others.
Yeah, it's a little duller than others, basically. So, but again with the grandma story.
So she was living next door, and I had just moved to that house, and she was like, "Well, hi," and her name is Jenny, and I thought that was super cute, and she just couldn't quite get my name right. Sheridan was just so hard for her.
I've only known one. You're the second one.
Okay, I was like,
I've only known one other than you.
Yeah, and I haven't really met other Sheridans, which is cool because I have a unique name.
Mm-hmm.
So I told her to call me Olivia. Well, because that's my first name.
I was fixing to say, isn't that your first name?
It is my first name. It's Olivia Sheridan.
Why do you not go by that?
I don't have an actual answer to that one, but funny story. It was my dad's ex-girlfriend.
Oh.
My dad's ex-girlfriend's name was Sheridan, and he thought it was just so unique. And he was like, I'm going to name my daughter that. A couple years down the road, my parents met.
Because you and your sister, and I think
have very unique names.
Yes, very unique names, and I like them. I do. I like them.
Well, thank you.
But and I like them because they're not typical.
Very.
That's the thing.
And we're not a typical family.
I know you better than everybody else, but yes.
We don't have a typical family. We get taken advantage of because we volunteer so much.
And y'all are so nice. Y'all are so nice. Sometimes being nice...
It's really hard. Because
it's really hard.
It does make you turn into someone that's not very nice.
But here's a little thing of advice. You can still have that positive attitude. It's just that you sometimes have to shut out certain people.
Yeah, which I had to do throughout the years.
I've
lost a lot of friends.
It may hurt inside, but listen, it's going to be better in the end because I've had to... I mean, I'm not the nicest person in the world, but 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 I feel like, sometimes you make certain decisions based upon, it's something like inside you, like, you like I can't believe I'm making this comparison. So I was watching American Dad yesterday.
Oh dear.
And so the episode was Stan's a cold-hearted, Republican who believes in a certain society, just a typical, like, dominant alpha male kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But, and then he goes to sleep, and when he sleepwalks and he does all these nice things. So I feel like you can't hide certain emotions. Like, you can't be nice all the time.
There are times that it's hard to be nice.
It really is. Sometimes you have to be mean.
And sometimes I can be very mean.
I know.
I can be very mean. And I went through a stage in my life where I was mean to everyone. I shut everybody out. I didn't want to be around people. I hated people, by the matter of fact. But I knew that wasn't me. I knew that wasn't what I wanted to do with my life. And
because something in here
was broken.
Something in here was wrong.
Yeah, it wasn't just put together right. Everything was just different. And I met someone, and they touched my life, and that made something bad.
That sparked something.
It sparked something, and I was like, okay, I can do this. I can be nice to people, and it still be okay. I don't have to always be so cold, because I didn't want people to hurt my feelings.
I feel like a lot of girls like you do that and are probably going through the stage that you just described. Like, they've...
Teenage girl stage.
Yeah, it's basically like, they're afraid to get their feelings hurt. Maybe it's because past relationships, maybe because their feelings have gotten hurt by some other people, fallouts with friends. Dad problems, mom problems, problems at home that they really just can't speak about. But, things like that just can't be brushed to the side. And whether you don't have to talk about it. Like,
I tried. Brush to the side.
It's not it's not healthy.
Yeah.
It's not healthy. It's something that, you just can't, just be like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. You can't really just kind of just do that.
And that's whenever I met you, I tried to brush it all to the side, and you were like, no, come on.
Yeah.
Bring it. Let me hear it, and let me see if it's really that bad.
Yeah, exactly. Because, I just don't, because, again, I give more than receive, and I just don't want certain people to go down the same road that I've seen. I've seen an exact same person, like you, go through that phase and stay that way.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow. Because I'm not gonna say her name, but right. She was she was just the nicest person on the planet. And then, she got in a relationship, and I was like, okay, well, that's awesome. I'm happy for you. And then it ended on a bad note, and then she just decided to
plummet from that.
Yeah, she decided to plummet from that, and she started to, ask for attention and tried to, publicize her feelings. And one thing you don't do is to get on Twitter and publicize your feelings. You don't.
I've been through that stage, and it was like, I'm gonna tweet these lyrics so he knows that I'm song lyrics, really, I can't.
No.
Oh, it was horrible, and I had my sister text me, delete that.
That's good.
Someone good, because she knew
what was going on.
Yeah.
So the thing is that you should not don't publicize your feelings, because it's not
healthy.
It's not, one,
He doesn't care.
I mean, I understand. Oh yeah, he or she doesn't care. Guys do it too. But you know, we said about not caring what other people think, but when you do that, your viewpoint of people, like
your
character changes.
Yes.
And your character is the strongest point that you carry. And I feel like if you need to, if the one thing you need to keep intact, which is your character, so. But, you know, you're in a better place.
I am.
Than what, a year?
A year ago, it changed.
Yeah, so a year ago it changed. So, I mean, do you feel like you're more happier?
I feel a lot happy. And it's not the fake happy whenever you're like, oh yeah, I'm happy. I'm genuinely happy. I smile a lot more, which is really hard because I smile all the time. I laugh
yes,
all of the time, which is great. But, you know, I'm just really happy with life. I mean, there's times because I am a teenage girl still, and I'm still going through changes. And
Everybody,
experiencing new things with people, and you know that's life. But I can't let that affect me.
Life is about moments, and there's a moment in time where you should cherish this because I tell people this all the time. Life is full of moments, and that moment where you can sit there, look around, whether you're with somebody or not, and you can say, I don't have anything to worry about. Like, I have zero stuff to worry about. Like, this is taken care of. This is taken care of. I'm okay with everybody that I want to be okay with. This is good. This is good. I have nothing. Basically, you have nothing going wrong. Or if there's something is going wrong, the solution is right there, and you know exactly how to fix it. And then, once that moment ends, it's all about everything that leads up to it, and then it goes, and it's just another, and then it goes into another cycle. And I feel like if you take your time and just kind of appreciate some certain things that you've been blessed with, then you're going to appreciate life way more. Because I mean, personally, when I graduated from high school, people would have thought that, oh, you're finally out of high school, you don't have to put up with this BS anymore.
Oh, but you do. Because now it's real life.
Yeah, I know it's real life, but, and the worst part it is, I didn't know what I was going to do. So I was stuck in this house for 3 months. Just like, oh, they're going off to college, they're doing this great thing, I'm not doing anything. And then, I got a phone call from one of my dad's friends to offer me a job. It was an internship, but it was a job. And I interned at a business that's corporate that has 5 locations. That has 5 locations across the nation. And
wow.
I interned for 3 months, and then I got a job working as a sales associate, and like I have a corporate email and all that good stuff.
Oh, space.
Yeah, I'm on Office and everything. So you know, I and then right after that I got into college, and then slowly everything started to be like, okay, I'm good. Like, this is awesome. I'm great. Like, everything is fine. Like, I'm at the point where I know exactly where I'm going, what I'm doing, and how I'm going to get to a certain point. So I'm not necessarily scared of much of any things. But I can tell you what there's different things. Like I wouldn't say social skills, kind of, but if I were to say, for instance, like, we just go somewhere, okay, and you're like, there's friends there and you meet them. My social skills to meet new people is not the best anymore.
Oh no, when we first met, it was me asking the question.
Yeah, it was me asking the question because you know, I was just like,
you're just shy.
No, it's not that I was just shy. It was just like I don't know. Like, I guess new people were, because when I was like freshman and sophomore year, I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna be everybody's friend, I'm gonna be the cool guy. And then junior year, I was like, yeah, this isn't working. And then senior year, I was like, all right, I don't like you. I'm gonna put my headphones in and just forget about everything else and just try to get out of here. Because I mean, that was about it. Because in the end, it doesn't matter how, you know, it doesn't matter how many friends you have. It doesn't matter like, I mean, I'm not say anything about this, but it doesn't matter how strong of a bond you and your significant other have. It's always just going to be you and the person in the mirror.
You can't rely on other people, especially whenever you're just trying to get out of high school. You don't want to be engaged when you're out of high school. Like,
it's true.
That's weird. I'm sorry to the people that have been engaged right out of high school or that have had plan changes because, that's life.
You were growing up, you're grown up difference and you into something that you don't understand.
And, I mean...
And that's just something, that's another thing people have to understand. People have been exposed to different things at different times. So I may say something and you're like, well, I don't understand that. And I can't, and then I explain it to you and you're like, I still don't.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I was raised this way. And you're like, oh, well, I was raised this way. So that was just,
But I mean, like, going through life, I totally get the whole, like, falling in love sort of thing. I'm putting quotes over that love thing.
Yeah.
Because you don't even know who you are. You don't know what you want to do with your life when you get out of high school, and that's something you have to figure out on your own. You don't want to have to share that and rely on someone else when you can't even make it on your way. You can't even do laundry by yourself, and you're wanting to share that with someone else. I have a friend who literally just cannot figure out how to do laundry. You put detergent in the hole.
Okay, well, people put detergent
in the hole.
Stop. Anyways, I mean, people. I know how to do laundry. I don't do laundry, but I know how to do laundry. There's a difference. I know how to do laundry. Actually, I'm not even going to get into that. But I know how to do laundry, but I don't. The thing is, I feel like I don't understand why people refuse to learn certain life skills. Like I know how to make food. I know how to work the stove. I know how to work the oven. I know how to work everything.
Yeah, you need those.
I'm okay. Like if my parents were like, okay,
I'm going on a trip
for like I'm okay. Like I know exactly what to do. I can survive on my own. So, I mean. So people who don't want to be, who are don't be dependent.
Oh.
That's just don't be dependent. That's all I can say.
You can be in a relationship and still be independent.
The best relationship model is, it's you time. You need a servant specific. You need to know the difference between relationship time and me time.
Yeah, I definitely have my me time in my relationship, which is really bad. But
I mean. It's okay. I mean, I get it. I mean, your relationship could be really good. Everything could be going great. But sometimes there's just this days like, hey, listen, I'm going to just...
hang out with you.
And it's nothing against you. It's just, I need to go get a massage or something. I need to watch some TV. I need to just eat some ice cream at 3 a.m.
I got my nails done.
There you go. So I'm just saying, so there's times where you just need to separate the time from me time and relationship time.
Yeah.
When it's relationship time, it's where fun starts.
Yeah.
When it's me time, I just need to relax. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that I think everybody else needs to know.
Yeah, definitely.
You're such in a good space. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You're such in a good space. I mean, you're happy.
I am.
Your inspiration is a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
You have unique names. You're very talented.
Thank you.
And there's I don't know. I'm glad that you are the person that you are. And you need to stay exactly like that.
Well, I hope to only get better.
Oh, yeah, of course, there's going to be a Sherdian 2.0 in the future.
Oh, duh.
Well, and it needs to be like this, but even better. Like, taken to a whole nother level. So, like I said, I'm proud of you. Like, there's certain qualities about you that I think everybody needs to have at least one of those qualities.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, as we hold on, let me check my notes and see if we haven't missed anything. You know what I'm saying? Aspirations.
Oh.
What would you for life? Anything, or it could be dance, whether it be anything. What are your aspirations? Because you're such a giving person, and what are your aspirations for life? Like, what do you want to, what is the mark that you want to leave
On Murs City?
Yes. Oh no, not even Murs City, on your life.
On my life. I hope I touch everyone's life in a way that it changes them. My life goal, whenever I leave this earth, I want to be able to give something to each and every person
that you know.
Whenever I leave, they can be like, she gave this to me. She gave me this gift. Whether
it's materialistic or not.
Yeah, whether it's just like, she used to give me the best hugs. I really hope that, because I'm a huggy person.
You kind of are.
I think that love should be shared with hugs and not kisses, but just hugs and just making them feel good.
About themselves.
That is what I hope I give to everyone that I talk to, is that they are important in some shape or form.
She's a positive chick, ladies and gentlemen. She's a positive chick. As we end, I do this on every episode. I do song of the day, and what I do is I usually pick something, whether it could be you've been listening to it for a little bit, whether it has some emotional meaning to it, whether it's just one of your favorite songs, whatever you want to do. That's what I'll ask you, and then I'm going to give you a minute to think about that if you haven't thought about it already. Mine is a song by Kendrick Lamar that was made, I want to say 2011. 2012-ish. And it's a song called She Needs Me. And
oh, wow, that's awesome.
It's a good song. And there's the original version, and then there's the remix featuring one of my top 5 favorite rappers, Dom Kennedy and Murs. So it's produced by Soundwave. If you have a phone and you just Google Overly Dedicated, or you just type in She Needs Me remix Kendrick Lamar, you'll find the link, and it's just a great song. I feel like if you don't have to really overthink it about what he's saying. Basically, it gives you a good feel. Like, the best thing is to listen to that song where it's just you. It's like 5:30. The sun's not all the way down, but it's that really cool shade of orange kind of in the sky. And you're just driving. You just listen to that song. It's a good song. So, She Needs Me remix featuring Dom Kennedy and Murs, produced by Soundwave, by Kendrick Lamar. So, yours.
This song has meaning to me just because the meaning of the lyrics are incredible. And I went through a dark time in my life to where I was really depressed and I was really emotional, and I was hurting myself from the inside out and both from the outside in. I went through a time where I was just really, it was hard to live. It was really just difficult to live. That comes because, oh yeah, she's just a teenage girl, she's having hormones. No, it wasn't that.
It's hard being a teenager, period. Like, exactly. boy or girl, it's hard being a teenager.
And it wasn't because I was changing and my emotions were going up and down. It was because I put myself in that position to make myself hurt. And I let those things get to me, because that's what I do with my life. I let things get to me, especially if I can't fix it. And I get really stuck on it because I just want to fix it.
She's a fixer.
I am a fixer. I'm a what is it called, a handyman or something? I just think of that. But it's called Jealous by Labyrinth, and it's basically talking about how you're jealous because the person that inspires you has finally passed away and gone to heaven, and you're jealous because they're living up there and they're happy and they don't have to think about anything. They don't have to breathe air. They can just relax and
feel
good and be free. And I am jealous of those people that get to be in heaven and that get to be happy without having to really worry about
anything.
Exactly. So that's going to be my song that I want to share with people. So that's Jealous by Labyrinth.
That's what's up. And ladies and gentlemen, this has been Sherdian Trette for Flight 96. I'm Hunter Foreman. This has been a very spiritual and deep conversation.
Yes.
And till next time, people.